Oh, she wants to go to Mount. Eyes on the prize. Oh. I swear she hasn't taken a breath. She's been holding her breath this whole time.
Since the longest 2 minutes of my life.
Was that as good for you as it was for me?
It was great.
That was really, really good. So what do you normally do?
I'm a coach, primarily strength training coach. I've mostly done, like, the center of my training has been around bodybuilding and like bikini prep and stuff like that, but I do a lot of lifestyle and like holistic nutrition stuff too.
Oh, did you compete?
I've done 8 shows, yeah.
8 shows?
Yeah.
Whoa. And then, okay, nutrition-wise, I have so many, I want to ask selfish questions.
Go for it.
Okay, someone that's just starting out, like, let's say they eat Cheez-Its and Doritos, and where are we starting? How are you getting someone on board to make the changes necessary to like start?
So the easiest first thing that I usually have clients do is have meals, not snacks. So you're having 3 to 4 meals a day instead of snacks. If you think about it like meals, typically snack food is inherently less nutritionally dense than meals. It'll keep you full, not as long. You're gonna make better choices around meals, thinking of your food as like a meal, a whole meal, instead of like little bits and pieces here and there. Second thing is try to eat as many whole foods as you can. So minimizing things that need to go to a factory before they come on your plate.
Do you have people eating at certain times of the day? Is eating at night really, is it bad?
Not really. I mean, it depends. If you're obese, very insulin sensitive, then yes, it could be a problem. But for the general population, someone who's athletic, someone who's fit, eating at night's not a problem. It's more the overall context of your day and like what you're eating throughout the day, how much you're eating throughout the day. If you're overeating at night, it's going to be the same as overeating any other time of the day. It's not ideal. But so structuring the rest of your day to avoid that could be beneficial. But if you're eating equal amount of calories, equal amount of nutrients, it's going to be very similar unless you have some sort of metabolic disorder or metabolic disease that needs attention.
Why do I have a dad bod and why can't I get rid of it?
It could be a number of things.
I'm active.
Training with progressive overload?
No.
That would be a key factor.
Really?
Yep, really. Unless you have great genetics, training with progressive overload is one of the best training modalities to change the shape of your physique. Changing your like how many calories you're taking in will change the size of your physique, how much you weigh on the scale. But if you're looking to get more muscular, if you're looking to change how your body is aesthetically shaped, that's going to come from strength training designed or with progressive overload designed within the program.
I just have a tube that lives around my midsection. Everything else I'm kind of, it's
some
like
people
nice.
really dig the tube look. It's in right now.
Okay. I think it's an asset. I think at first it's a little off-putting, but usually the closer I get to people, they're like, I actually like that.
Yeah.
I like how it feels. Sell me on the bodybuilding world. This is your world, right? You prefer to work with clients that are in the...
Well, I work with mostly general pop clients, but my like training background is around bodybuilding because if you think about it, a lot of general population clients who are just looking to lose weight, look better, their training should be structured similarly. They want that similar look, they want to be more muscular, they want to be leaner, they want to be shaped different, and so that's kind of, that type of training plays in really well to what a lot of people's goals are, whether they know it or not.
Yeah, if you have aesthetic goals, I guess having a bodybuilding back is like a maximum approach to the. But it's just like it feels. Okay, the sport, if you can call it that, is completely subjective.
Absolutely.
Which kind of violates my how I think about sports in general.
Right.
It seems to be a fine line between eating disorder and.
Absolutely, it's not for everyone for those reasons. However, it is one sport that's like truly a sport of self-improvement in the sense that you're not relying on team members, you're not relying on anyone else to get you where you want to be, and it's so subjective that you have to untie yourself from what other people think at some point along the way and just look at, am I improving? Am I getting better from last time? Did I take whatever feedback was noted last time? Could I utilize that as fuel and use it for self-improvement? Did I beat myself up too much over it? Am I trying to change too much for what someone else wants?
Yeah, it
along
seems
all
like,
those lines.
But that seems baked into the experience.
It is, absolutely.
I have a hard time looking in the mirror just in general. I can go maybe months without doing it.
Which is actually a great skill to have.
Is
a lot
it?
of people cannot do that, yeah.
Yeah, well,
it's a bit of a compulsive habit after a certain point to always be checking yourself in the mirror, always worried about what you look like, and that can be something to check yourself for that a lot of people have a really hard time distancing themselves from. So that, you should think of that as a good thing. It's one of your strengths.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's a nice middle ground I'd like to approach.
Yeah.
You work with general pop, but you're open to working with bodybuilders specifically?
Yeah, I've done a lot of preps with not only bodybuilders, but also bikini competitors. Yeah.
Do you want to see my bikini bod?
Absolutely. I want to show me your poses.
I don't know any poses, but can you walk me through a pose?
Absolutely.
You want to see my dad bod? This is very embarrassing.
All right. You're like 4 weeks out. We can work with that.
4 weeks pregnant. That's what you meant? Yeah.
No.
Oh my. See, I did it. I looked in the mirror.
Yeah. It's a good skill to have. So to pose, you got to look in the mirror.
Okay.
That is like the first step. And then you got to kind of, but then watch this. You can make your waist look a lot smaller.
Okay.
If you like turn to the side a little bit like this.
Okay.
Good. And then you position your hips like this. Good. But then take this foot and kind of put it like that. There you go. Now tilt your hips back. There you go, onto this.
It's not working for me. I look like a chicken nugget. Okay.
There we go. And then you turn your upper body this way.
Oh my.
There you go.
Is my back foot?
Yeah. And you sit back in this hip. Good. Sit your weight back here. Good. But then turn this upper body. There you go. And turn your hips that way.
This way?
Yeah, but you want to keep your upper body this way.
I'm not flexible like that.
There you go.
Okay, now
and then
what do I do with my hands? Yeah?
You're going to move this out a little bit towards me. Good. There you go. And then your hands, you want them to be a little bit more relaxed.
Holy shit, actually, I've never seen myself like this.
So bring them into your body a little bit more. There you go, just let them relax.
And now what? Yeah. Now I hold my breath forever?
Yeah, and then you hold it for like 10 straight minutes and you don't breathe the whole time.
It's working.
Yeah.
And
you can't move your ribs, so like don't breathe. There you go. We don't want that to be there. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's as good as it's getting, yeah.
If you want to do a transition, bring this foot.
Yeah.
You're going to go back here so you can shift your weight onto this foot like this. There you go. Now sit into this hip so you really like poke your butt out.
Okay.
There you go. More weight here. There you go. Arch your back a little bit till it cramps. Yeah. There you go. And then, so once you're here, there you go. And then arch even more. So you want, there you go. Chest up and sit in your heel. Okay, you're kind of pigeon-toed right now. There you go. And then, so you want to bend over kind of, but not with your chest.
Okay.
Just with your back.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. And then you hold that for like 30 minutes while the judges just articulate everything about you. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's like a different kind of yoga where it's like a painful.
It really is a sport.
But when do I?
Oh, so that's bodybuilding.
Oh,
you know,
not bikini.
Yeah, you're at the bikini level at this point. We'll maybe work up to bodybuilding. Yeah. So you got to work that for a little bit before you earn this.
This is good. I thought I had good extension through my back until you just put me in that position.
Yeah, no,
I'm very limited.
That. Yeah.
More yoga.
Yeah.
This was great. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.